top of the newsletter, Mike, this morning goes to this thing you call One Big Thing Fight Club, new debate rules for Trump era. What are those rules? Are there rules?
Well, Andrea, there's a whole different goal, and that is that you don't go out in a debate now to try to get your message out or to try to stay above the fray. You go to the debates now to win. So two top Democratic debate coaches, Ron Klain, who's done every Democratic presidential debate back to '92, President Clinton, John Neffinger, they're out with a new sort of survival guide for Democratic candidates. What do you do when you come up against a Trump wannabe? What do you do when somebody has a Trumpian tantrum? And their key point is that debates now are much more combative, and you have to be prepared for that. So if you have somebody who has canned lines and is going after you, just smile. And when he's punching wildly, that gives you a chance for a counterpunch. They also warn you, you're not running for editor of PolitiFact. So whatever outrage is being said on the stage, stick to your message and leave the fact-checking to the fact-checkers.
Oh, so you shouldn't be the fact-checker. Do facts matter, though? Because we heard from Rudy Giuliani this weekend. We were debating that when truth is not the truth.
Yeah, the subject line of today's Axios AM Mike's Top 10 is 1984 in 2018. And the truth is not the truth, the new alternative facts. Such a drumbeat coming out of them, the fake news. And of course, your viewers have realized this is all designed to discredit what might come later. Like whatever comes next in the Comey report, in the Freudian slip there, whatever comes next in the Mueller report, they're trying to have pounded in.
There's a Freudian slip there with the Comey report.
Pounded into their supporters.
Mike,
don't listen to them, listen to us.
Mike, you don't think mainstream media takes any share of the blame for where we are now? It's all about just discrediting Mueller. You don't think that I can see black and white all the time on the way stories are portrayed. I don't know. There's total wiggle room in what I believe when I read or watch any. I can watch one network on TV and see one thing. I watch another one, I see another one. I can tell you truth is not truth based on what I see. It's based on what, I don't know if it ever was, really.
It's why people watch CNBC and read Axios as I travel the country.
Well,
people
that's what I'm trying to help you. That's what I'm trying to help you with, so you don't get too far out on a limb with talking about it's all about discrediting Mueller's investigation. That's the only thing happening. Turn on CNN. Tell me what's truth and what's not.
Well, but the danger here is there are things that are true. One of the most popular features on Axios is facts matter.
I understand. And also PolitiFact. I saw a rundown. It was over the weekend. Someone went and fact-checked the facts checkers. It was shameful. It was absolutely shameful. The way that they were interchanging things, they knew not to be true. They were drawing different conclusions. They were leaving out things that influenced what was actually being told. I read fact checkers now, and we need a fact checker for the fact checker of the fact checkers to check the fact checker.
I think that this, unfortunately, this idea that you need a fact checker for the fact checker for the fact checker gets it. Unfortunately, undermines the whole idea. There are facts. There are real facts in the world,
right?
And then there are things that are true falsehoods, and unfortunately, they seem to all be conflated in all of this.
Things are being. It's true.
Hey, Mike, on a separate matter, let's talk business, which is this, and it's business and politics in this case. The trade talks with China. Clearly, there seems to be an effort afoot to get them either finished, done, or something by the midterms. As part of the midterms. Does that make sense to you, and what's going to happen?
So there's some conversation about that, but Andrew, I can tell you that the president feels very strongly that he is winning on China and he's all in on China. And within the West Wing, there still is a very strong feeling, based on our top sources, that they want to be confrontational with China. So the Journal had a story over the weekend about some movement, but of course, remember, people in China say they never know who's really speaking for this government. Sometimes they're not even sure President Trump speaks for President Trump. But if you pull back the camera and you look at where this administration is on China, even Larry Kudlow of free trader, your former colleague, is now a China hawk. So it's one thing that the West Wing agrees with on trade. They disagree strongly on auto tariffs. Just about everyone in the West Wing, besides the president, believes that auto tariffs are a bad idea. And similarly on the Hill. The Hill is very much with the president on China, very much not with him on the other tariffs. They want him to focus on that, and they say it makes it more defensible for them back home if he would give up some of the other fights.